Hello Capricorn, I'm Poetic Heretic, and this is your March 2017 Tarot Forecast. Do remember you can use these videos for your sun, rising, and moon signs. So let us begin. You begin the month with the Moon card. This card represents your current outside influences right at the beginning of the month. And it is talking about illusion and fear and anxiety, paranoia, suspicion, things not being what they seem, hidden enemies, worrying about what people are doing in the shadows and stuff like that. You have this energy kind of around you at the beginning of the month, and we'll get into more of what it means here in a little bit. But before we do that, it's also interesting to point out, basically, while I'm not technically an astrologer, I do of course know a lot about astrology. I study astrology, or at least I know a fair amount anyway, I should say. And I did see that the sun is lining up with Neptune on March 1st, which is going to create a lot of dreaminess, and it's going to be a day that's great for creativity. But with Neptune, which rules the Moon card, it's going to dissolve details. It's going to dissolve the reality of things. It's going to make things more dreamy. It's going to make things seem like something they're not. You know, more of that things are not what they seem energy, which is exactly what we have here with the Moon card, and this does represent the very beginning of March. So it looks like for you guys in particular, you may be particularly susceptible to that energy of Neptune on March 1st, and maybe even for at least the first few days of the month, with the Moon card popping up here. So what they say about that, though, with Neptune is that the first is a great day for creativity, but not so great a day for anything where you need to actually know the reality of a situation. So you've got that energy going on, basically. For the challenge card, or what may help or hinder you, you have the Chariot. Challenges around the home and family. Also challenges around relationships. It's a 7, that's Libra, but the Chariot is ruled by Cancer. Libra talks about relationships, Cancer talks about the home and family. So, challenges around the home and family, also possible emotional challenges, like being overly emotional or having mood swings. And so, what will help you, what you want to do, is to try to maintain harmony in those particular areas, like domestic harmony, basically, and relationship harmony, and emotional balance. Now, when we come to the next card, the underlying energy, the Hermit reversed, this is indicating more of how things are not what they seem, because the Hermit reversed is wrong information, incorrect information, incorrect or incomplete evidence. So when we look at that, and we look at the Moon card here, things are not what they seem, and it could even be that your emotions are hard to trust at this time, or you're having a lot of different emotional responses to a lot of different information that doesn't make sense, or is incomplete in some way, or contradictory in some way. And it could even be that this illusion that is being created looks very real, because the Hermit is ruled by Virgo, and so we have that idea of being very detailed. But just because something is very detailed does not necessarily make it real. This card is also advising you, well, first of all, one other possibility with the Hermit reversed is poor health or an illness, and it is advising you to get more rest and relaxation if you can. But what it's also saying is that what could help you If you're feeling like things are too dreamy, too difficult to perceive, and maybe you are worried about what's going on in the shadows, hidden enemies, what other people may be doing, this card is saying use your abilities of doubt and skepticism and analytical thought and reason. Use deductive reasoning. Use logic and rational thinking, and being very, again, analytical to perceive the truth, to perceive what reality is hiding behind the Neptunian energy of the Moon card. For the past and issues you've had to deal with, the Ten of Cups reversed. This is saying that your hopes could have been dashed regarding a particular situation. This is domestic and romantic troubles, and look at how the challenge for this month is surrounding the home and family. This could have been an emotional crisis of some point, and again, with the emotional issues here. And it's also the energy of something that was incomplete, something that you wanted to make happen or to finish that was deeply and personally important to you, important in a very emotional way, and probably involving relationships, family, stuff like that. But regardless, even if it wasn't something that bad, then in that case it's just something where your hopes were dashed or your peace was disturbed, and it's led into the current situation where things are not what they seem, and things may be a little unstable around the home and family. For what you want to achieve this month, the World card reversed. You're, again, wanting the completion of something. That's becoming more and more of a theme here. You're wanting to complete something very big to you, a major event in your life, or at least something that feels very major. This is also talking more about how you're wanting more rest and relaxation. You're wanting to get away. You're wanting to get out into nature more, experience forests, trees, stuff like that especially. And you're wanting harmony. Most likely, if it's something that you're wanting to complete, it's something involving great harmony, and probably relates to love or some kind of relationship that is at least quite important to you. And we'll be getting a little more into that as we go. For the near future, you have the Eight of Pentacles. This is your working away towards the completion of what you want this month. This is being busy and hardworking, apprenticeship, a time for discipline, a time for creative work, and also interesting work and interesting work projects. So here you are, Capricorn, working away early in the month towards the completion of what you want. However, for your attitude or position on the situation, about halfway through the month, you have the Ten of Pentacles reversed. You're not feeling like it's going so well. You're feeling terrible misfortune, unfortunately. You're feeling like you are so far from the completion of what you want, and it's really bothering you. Again, with how we had the World card reversed for what you hope to achieve, the card is reversed, indicating that it feels that much farther away from you. The thing that you want, the happiness or whatever it is that you want to achieve, the relationship or the conclusion of a work project or the new career or the whatever it happens to be. So regardless of whether this is actually what's happening or not, this is how you're feeling at least, but it might not be what's actually happening. Remember the moon card earlier, things are not what they seem, especially early on in the month. The outside force coming in, the Emperor. A number of possibilities here. First of all, this could be an actual person like the Emperor, so an older man most likely who is like a teacher or a mentor or an advisor of some kind, or like a powerful person, like maybe in politics or business or something of that nature. But this person is going to advise and assist you towards getting what you want, probably towards the completion of whatever it is that you're working on. Now, if this doesn't manifest as a person, it could be talking more about the hard work and discipline that the Eight of Pentacles talked about. It could be talking more about the progress, which the Eight of Wands coming up talks about for the outcome card. And interestingly enough, it can also be talking about the sun moving into the sign of Aries in the beginning of spring. This card falls later in the month, right around the beginning of spring. And this card is associated with the season of spring. Also, the World card for what you want to achieve this month is associated with spring. So you might be feeling quite focused on spring for whatever reason. Maybe, again, wanting to get out into nature more and feeling more easily able to do so with spring coming. Now, of course, that's for the northern hemisphere. If you're in a different part of the world, then, of course, it's going to be different. But if you're watching from the northern hemisphere, then that could also be a factor here as well. And the Emperor card, yet another meaning here, is more of the energy of completion. So whatever this is, at least on the positive side of things, will probably help you in the completion of what you want, in this completion that you're seeking. It is a 4, which is about order and structure, and I would say even completion and harmony. However, on the negative side of things, this could also manifest as a heavy test or challenge that comes your way. It could be a confrontation with someone. And it could also be an accident of some kind, perhaps involving heavy machinery and or anything that causes bodily harm, basically. So do watch out for that if you think you might be susceptible to that. So a lot of possibilities for the Emperor there. I think it's best to provide all the ones that seem relevant based on the cards that we have here. For your hopes or fears, you have the Two of Cups. This is a really beautiful card, and it talks again about the love and the harmony, and also talks about marriage and engagement and stuff like that. So you're hoping for that kind of energy, especially the love and the harmony. And it also talks about the healing of relationships and like healing differences that you might have had with another person. So again, with the issues around the home and family and relationships, we have another strong indicator here that this month you could really be hoping to heal a relationship with someone, and that could even be part of what we saw here with the World card, wanting that harmony back. Perhaps it was the person from the past, or this was connected to that person, these troubles in the past, and now you're hoping to restore that harmony. Or Perhaps you're single and hoping for a new relationship where you fall deeply in love. That is quite possible as well. Even the World card reversed for what you hope to achieve, I think it's plausible that with it being reversed, instead of this being the completion of something, it could be a new beginning. Um, and that's why it's reversed, because a completion really is implying an ending and a new beginning. So that's possible as well. And then, of course, on the fear side of things, you may be afraid that you're not going to be able to heal this relationship or get this new relationship. You may be afraid that you're not going to be able to get the harmony that you want or complete what you want. Remember, down here, at least halfway through the month, you may not be feeling so confident about the completion of what you want. You know, this is a 10 reversed, this is a 10 reversed, 10s are about completion, the World card's about completion, even the Hermit card being a 9 is about something that's almost complete, but it's reversed, so it's like it's not. So that's a huge factor for you guys this month, is reaching for the completion of something. But the cards here seem to be saying to you to reach for it no matter what, whether you believe that you can really get it or not. Reach for it no matter what. For the outcome, you have the 8 of Wands. So this is how the whole month is culminating by the end of the month into this, the energy of this card. And this is some pretty intense energy right here, because it's the energy of quick change and intense effort and fast action and progress and fast success, a rapid change of pace. So it's like, as the month goes on, more and more and more and more, things become extroverted and they become expedited, and there's more action involved, more haste, more work, more working under pressure, having a busy schedule, getting things done, working, working, working. So it's almost like it starts off in this more dreamlike state, and then before you know it, early in the month, you're working steadily away, and then things perhaps get more intense with the Emperor card here, and then by the end of the month, it's really hardcore, and you're really working a lot, but usually this card means in the positive sense, like you have a lot of energy and motivation and will to do the work that you're doing, like you're excited about it, and that's also backed up by the 8 of Pentacles back here. So that's probably what you'll be experiencing, but regardless, it will be a time of intensity and fast moving energy, being very fast paced and stuff like that. Also, it could even be that with the Emperor showing up here as the outside force coming in, this could be saying that, like, once the sun moves into the sign of Aries, that you guys feel particularly energized by that. And I would say that's a very real possibility here with this combination of cards. Remember, like I said, the Emperor card is ruled by Aries. This is an Aries card, and the sun moves into Aries later this month, and you guys are apparently quite focused on spring, or at least that's a significant possibility for a lot of you. So expect to be energized. You know, it's like just when you think things are maybe not going so well, you get this blast of energy or burst of energy later in the month, and then you're right back on track getting things done. Maybe not getting the completion that you want just yet, because while this is talking about fast action and intense effort and all that, it's not really connoting or indicating the completion of anything, but it is indicating making a lot of progress on something in a short period of time. So the actual completion for you guys of whatever it is that you're working on might come like next month or something, but do expect to make a lot of progress, especially later in the month, and You'll be beginning to become more busy early in the month, and it just gets more intense from there. So there you go, Capricorn. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you have a great month. This has been a tarot forecast for the sign of Capricorn for the month of March 2017 from Poetic Heretic. Don't forget to rate, comment, favorite, and subscribe. And thanks for watching.